Hey everyone, Dr. Nuesse here again, and today I want to give you a very specific equation you can use to determine the amount of body fat that you can lose in a single day. And this is different from person to person. My name is Dr. Matthew Nuesse. I do these videos here on YouTube, so hopefully you'll allow me to assist you in losing weight naturally. And if natural weight loss is something you might be interested in, please consider subscribing to this channel and then hit that bell notification icon so you are notified when I upload a new video. Okay, so there's a very specific example, a very specific equation that I'm going to give you with a couple examples that you can use to determine how much body fat you can actually lose in a single day. This is based on a research study from 2005. I will link that study in the description box below if you want to check that out. But basically what they did was they determined an upper limit of the amount of energy that you can pull out of a pound of fat in a single day. So there is a limit of the amount of energy that you can actually use from a pound of fat, and they determined that amount. So we can use that amount to determine how much body fat you can actually lose in a day. I'm going to give you that equation here in just a second with a couple examples. But first, let's discuss the difference between body fat loss and weight loss, because there is a difference. I've done a number of videos on this topic. If you want to check one of those videos out, I'll link it right up here. But there's a difference between losing fat and just losing weight. There's a lot of junky ways, aggressive ways to just get the scale to go down as fast as possible. You'll be losing lean mass, you'll be losing water weight, you may lose some body fat, but we want to preserve all of our lean mass that we can and just lose body fat. It's a tricky thing to do, but this equation does not apply if you're not on a fat loss program. Okay, that's number one. Number two is we're not talking about getting rid of the fat cells. We're talking about emptying the fat cells. Fat cells cannot be, they're not eliminated, they're just emptied. You're just taking the energy out of them. The only way to get rid of the fat cell then would be a surgical procedure to get rid of the fat cell. Doesn't matter, once they're emptied, they're emptied. But they can then be refilled, and then if you continue to gain body fat, new cells can be made as well. Okay, so let's get to the equation. What they determined through their study is that 31.5 kilocalories per day is the amount of energy that you can get out of a single pound of fat. Okay. Then we already know that a single pound of fat equals 3,500 kilocalories. So with this information, all you need to do is determine how much you weigh and your body fat percentage, and we can figure out exactly how much body fat is the maximum amount that you can lose in a single day. Let me give you two examples to make it very, very clear. Example number one. This person weighs 300 pounds and they have a 40% body fat. Their body fat percentage is 40%. That would equal 120 pounds of fat. They are carrying around 120 pounds of body fat at all times. So if we plug in the equation here, 120 is the amount of fat that they have. They can convert 31.5 kilocalories per day of that body fat into energy, which equals a maximum amount of 3,780 kilocalories per day. That's the maximum amount of energy that they can pull out of body fat. So now what we do is we divide 3,780, the amount that they can convert, by 3,500, the amount of energy that's in a pound of body fat, and we get 1.08 pounds of body fat per day. It's possible to lose a pound per day or even more depending on how much body fat you have, depending on how much body fat you're carrying around. Okay, let's look at example number two. This person weighs 200 pounds and has a 25% body fat, much leaner. So that would correlate with 50 pounds of body fat. We plug in the equation again, 50 pounds, 31.5 kilocalories per day. They can convert 1,575 kilocalories per day. That's the maximum amount of energy that they can pull out of body fat in a single day. How much does that equal? 1,575 divided by what we already know 1 pound of body fat is worth equals 0.45 pounds of fat per day. So about half a pound. Now, This equation implies that as your body fat reduces, this number is going to go down. We typically tell patients that if they're on one of our fat loss programs, that in the first 30 days they're going to lose half a pound to about a pound a day. For example, this person with this low of a body fat percentage probably wouldn't even qualify for one of our programs. We're generally dealing with patients that have a higher body fat percentage because we're aggressively trying to attack that body fat. But as their body fat decreases, they're going to lose less body fat daily. I hope that makes sense, because that's a very important point. As you lose more body fat, you don't have that fat to pull energy from anymore. This number will go down. So that is a very easy way that you can determine exactly how much body fat that you can lose in a single day. I hope that was useful. All right, so until next time, stay happy, stay healthy, and I will catch everyone in the next video.